All right. I've got the agenda on my phone here, and I'd like to call the meeting to order, a joint education human services subcommittee / town council meeting in the Veterans Conference Room, Monday, May 8th, 2023 at 6 p.m. Here we are. This is being recorded by video and audio. Agenda item number 1, call the meeting to order. Agenda item number 2, roll call. Councilor Ryan.
Present.
Councilor Marchetti.
Present.
Councilor Montigny, present. Mr. Ortiz.
Present.
And Mr. Provo is excused. We have a quorum. Agenda item number 3 is discuss / review a donation of $500 from the Lions Club to the Recreation Department in support of pickleball programming. Entertain a motion to council to accept this donation.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ryan, second by Ortiz. Did you want to say? If you'd like to say anything, please be my guest, Mr.
Absolutely.
Brunel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Essentially, pickleball has been probably the fastest growing thing I've seen since I've been here, of June of 21. It's just a sport that people have just been growing in their own right. They came and asked if they could use the community center last fall. It's went absolutely great for 5-6 months. They did a tournament, they raised some money, and one of the members of the Lions Club stopped by after that tournament and said, "You'd love to keep supporting it." They were asking for a place outside and some supplies. Found the area in Charlton Street by the rink.
Okay.
It seems to be suitable for them, and DPW is willing to paint it up for them, so they just kind of need some supplies to support the outdoor play, some of the nets.
So this all goes to that, basically.
Yeah, it's just
Awesome.
all for pickleball.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
Does anybody have any discussion about it?
Wonderful.
Councilor Marchetti?
Yeah, this is great. Where does the funds go? Do they go into some special revolving fund?
I can check with Christine, but there is a donation account that I do have.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense then.
Yep.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, and seeing no other discussion, all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous of all present. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Agenda item number 4, discuss / review a library transfer request for $2,500 from account number 001610-511000 salaries and wages permanent, and for $3,500 from account number 001610-511700 salaries and wages part-time, totaling $6,000 to be transferred into account number 001610-521100 natural gas to cover unanticipated increased utility charges. Entertain a motion to town council for approval of this transfer.
So moved. Second.
A motion is second by Ryan and Ortiz. And Margaret, if you have anything you'd like to discuss.
Yes, thank you for entertaining me. I have been reviewing all the items. We had some offline discussions as to things that we should check. Today, for example, the HVAC company happened to be here doing the PM, the preventative maintenance. So they are, we're watching out for any area where there might be like loss in effectiveness or, any kind of leaks or anything like that. And there isn't. So the equipment, and you already, I think we're part to the discussion here. There was a letter from the company came saying that
In
we
that
do
email?
like that we keep all our equipment up to date, and any maintenance that needs to be done, it gets done. Staff actually. So it's not the equipment.
Do they check on anything structural? Councilor Ryan was mentioning to me maybe the cracks in the ceiling or something, because you wanted to paint inside too, right?
Right.
So does that have anything to do with it? They
I
say, or
Well, I'm not the HVAC tech, but I don't think so.
Okay.
As I pointed out, 3 of the RTUs, the rooftop units, have already been replaced.
Okay.
So there's a total of 5. So 2 of those could be a problem, but there isn't anything that they found today. I asked them to give a special check on the thermostats, and I didn't get to talk to them about what they found on the thermostats before they left, because they're coming back again tomorrow to finish off. So the thermostat is the only other thing I can think of.
Mr. Ortiz, did you have a
Yeah.
question about that?
Are they left on a certain temp, or you guys are moving them up and down?
They're left in a certain temp, which is that golden 68 degrees.
you said, okay.
Yeah, because we were, we used to do that kind of thing, thinking that it was a way of saving, but
Yeah, it's
apparently in the industry they say that only just makes it just more difficult on the equipment and
I see.
whatever. So we
Right.
haven't been doing that.
Councillor Ryan?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you to Margaret. I just wanted to ask, I noticed that there was 2 different billing units. One was $4.65 and 8.7 and then it jumps up to $7.49. Is there a difference, and is there a reason why the rate changes?
Yeah, there is. This is the reality we're dealing with in the 2023. The rate has just increased tremendously. Everybody's talking about their utilities, and we've seen a jump of, I actually worked out the maths.
Oh, sure, it's a big percentage.
Well, it's 2 point something dollars.
Yeah.
I have it here. So, like, that's attributed, that's since August.
It's a 66% increase, I think I'm
Yeah.
seeing on mine.
So,
That's
like,
huge.
But what I can't understand, and this is what I've been trying to figure out, is has this increase been experienced across other departments that
Same
have
here.
gas? And I did talk to DPW, to Tara, and she didn't have. She showed me her
Yeah.
spreadsheet or whatever, and there wasn't any real increase there. So-
You mean increase in the bill or increase
No,
even
increase
in the
in,
rate?
like, our usage has gone up as well,
Oh, okay.
slightly.
Yeah.
It isn't over, because I actually had a long conversation with the guy at Direct Energy this afternoon. So, just to recap here, so we've experienced an increase of 2.391 per unit. Thanks for asking the question, Councillor Ryan. So that has been in effect since August. The year-to-date usage is 1,385 units, 0.28, and that is 59.13 units as an increase over the total for last year. So last year's total was 1,326 units,
Okay.
and so we're already over 59 units. So then I went to the National Grid, and they have, it's that long page, yeah. So on that there, you'll see that they have temperatures in it.
Okay.
And so these temperatures looked really like weird, but that's what they're posted on their website, and I did the average. So it has been cooler this year, and
Yeah, compared to the year before, there's a drastic change in average temperature in Fahrenheit.
yeah. So I don't know.
This
I
year
mean,
felt warmer than last year.
yeah. But one of
We
the
had
questions.
one cold snap, that was about it.
Yeah. One of the questions that the tech asked me today is, like, did we feel that it was warmer in the building? And it wasn't at any stage. So, like, there's no more, like, to the point about the thermostat. We didn't notice anything. So, all I can say is to be transparent. I'm
Yeah.
providing you with everything
No.
I'm looking at, and I just can't figure it out myself.
I will say this
Um,
is an interesting find with the temperature being so far apart from the year before. But when you were speaking with Tara at DPW, did she happen to say that the rates increased the same?
We
or-
didn't.
You didn't?
Actually, it was by email. We didn't actually
Uh-huh,
talk. I
okay.
left her a message, and
I got you.
she wrote back. But I'm perplexed by this myself, actually. But I don't know where to go with this.
So these are the temperatures inside the building itself? Or this is the temperature outside, the average temperature outside?
I think it's the average temperature outside.
No,
It's on, like,
It
when I
can-
go into our bill, we can get graphs, and there's bar graphs there, and you can mouse over, and it gives you all this information.
No, this is unfortunately a side effect of global climate change. It's just the sad reality. We're going to start having random and more sporadic years where things are all over the place. And
Well,
we're
it's very
studying this.
alarming.
You're going to have really cold years and you're going to have really warm years.
Yeah, I mean, even tonight it's going to go down to 40, and we were up at 75 today. So, like, that's kind of where the averages come in, I think.
I just can't understand how in fiscal year 22, December and January is 76, 75, and then December and January down here for this year's 36 and 32. I mean, it didn't even get into the 30s for any of the months the year prior. And this fiscal year, it's in the 30s every month, including August, 38. I mean, I don't understand how that makes any
I
sense.
don't understand that myself.
And I'm not blaming
didn't
you
get a
for it.
chance.
I'm kind of concerned with the company's the information for this is. This doesn't clearly, I mean, there's global warming and things, but there was nothing in last summer where it was 34 degrees average temperature. So
Alaska.
I'm just curious about the.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm going to personally fully support this transfer. I just feel like there might be some underlying problem here to fix that's no fault of your own, of course. I just
Thank
this
you.
is interesting. I really now I'm on a whole new tangent in my mind. Maybe the next meeting we'll talk about
Well,
gas some more.
One of the things that came to mind was that the town did have an energy consultant, and I remember references being made to this person or company on, you know, with the solar credits and doing the kind of reconciliation with the electricity costs, and that's the only.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I think we have. Because we have two companies here. We have National Grid, still for gas. We have it for electricity as well. But this is the National Grid for gas, and they provide the delivery service. And then the third-party direct energy is the actual usage. So
Maybe their numbers were used with the old price of 4.658 instead of 7.049. That could be why they're so far off on their chart here.
Yeah.
But it's just something to look into
Well,
again, I guess.
we're basically 59.13 over last year. But then if you look at the previous year,
Yeah.
so you've got a total of 1,364 units. Well, say 1,365, right, for 2020. It went up to it went down to 1,326 last year, and we're already up at 1,385. But when I talked to the guy at Direct Energy, maybe this is company policy, but he assured me that what he was looking at seemed to be an average, you know,
Yeah.
that it wasn't out of kilter.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
I've learned a lot in this, that's all I can say.
Well, cool. Me too. Is there anybody else having a discussion, Councilor Marchetti?
So the person at Direct Energy, did they offer any ideas on how to lower your costs?
No, this was somebody who was like, somebody who was answering the phone, able to help with regard to like billing and stuff like that, providing reports. I would think, and this is why I was interested, and I did actually contact the manager's office today. I actually contacted a few places in town to see if I could figure out about this energy consultant, because if we have reports, it would explain why it's set up the way it is, and maybe we could learn more about that, and maybe that person and that company is still working for the town.
But sometimes don't they offer like an energy audit, National Grid? Sometimes they'll offer it for free.
Right.
Go in, take a look, see where the maybe where the leakage is or why it's causing.
We could certainly do that, because it's been a while since we've had a walkthrough. The last time, well, actually, I did follow up on the insulation one. I do have a proposal from Energy Conservation Inc. company from Hanson. They had a firm go through the whole building and identify leaks and areas where we could improve our thermal situation. We could certainly like work on that.
Other than that, I mean, it is a kind of an open space, so you have all the books and stuff. I don't know what much more you could do.
But it is, I am still a little, I mean, I can't explain to myself how the usage is already exceeding the last 2 years, you know?
Unless they move the thermostats 15 feet higher up the wall. I mean, you're right. I agree with you.
I do have to just make a comment about thermostats. We did have thermostats were, you know, in the public areas, and all the ones that are in the unmonitored areas are in a box now with a lock.
Okay.
So that is another thing. Unless somebody puts ice underneath it, it should be registering the correct temperature.
Okay.
So we have made some like inroads to this, but
Yeah, its costs are up everywhere. My costs were astronomical this year. Couldn't believe it.
All set? Mr. Shenya.
My son's a full gas user at his house on Gresham Street, and his cost doubled this winter. And that was because of the rate increases, and the summer rates are coming down drastically. But I don't think their summer rates start until June 1st, maybe.
Yeah.
So I think if you look at all the electric costs, gas costs, a good portion of it, maybe some usage increases, but you're going to see a good portion of the cost is because last year when the budget was set, you didn't anticipate the increases that were taking place for the summer, winter rates. Electricity, all those doubled. And, you know, he went from $350 a month to over $700
Yeah.
for heating. So I think in
Yeah.
general, nobody anticipated the costs associated over winter with the rates last year to now. And you'll see that Mass DPU or whatever they call themselves just allowed a rate decrease for National Grid. And it's a substantial decrease from what we had over the winter. So it's like, you know, it's the cost of doing business.
The only issue with that is we're going to get the decrease in the unit cost at a time when we won't be using a lot
Right.
of the gas.
Hopefully it sticks for a year, but
Yeah, but I wouldn't be too convinced of that.
Right. Okay, if there's no further discussion, then all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous of all present. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Agenda item number 5 is adjournment.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, motion Ryan, Councilor Markley with the second, and all those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. The meeting's adjourned at 6:16.
Great job as always.